So good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss rational equations. A rational equation, by definition, is an equation that involves rational algebraic expressions. So when we talk about rational algebraic expressions, these are expressions in the form a over b, where a and b are polynomials and b is not equal to 0. Examples of rational equations are 3x over 2 plus 5 over x is equal to 10 and 5x over 3 plus 10 is equal to 2 over x. To solve for rational equations, we will follow 3 steps. Number 1, find the domain of the rational expressions. Number 2, eliminate the rational expressions in the equation by multiplying both sides of the equation by the LCD, or the least common denominator. And number 3, solve the equation. So in solving rational equations, we cannot avoid the concept of extraneous solutions. So an extraneous solution is a root of a transformed equation that is not a root of the original equation because it was excluded from the domain of the original equation. To find whether your solutions are extraneous or not, you need to plug each of them back to the given equation and see if they work. Another way is to check if the solution meets the domain of the equation. If it does not meet the domain, then it is considered extraneous. So we have example number 1. Find the value of the variable in the equation 7 over x plus 2 over 9 is equal to negative 5 over 3x. So the first step is to solve for the domain of the rational equation. So tatandaan natin na ang domain is the set of all permissible values of x or the given variable. So lahat ng values ng x or ng variable na pwede doon sa equation. So sa ating equation, 7 over x plus 2 over 9 is equal to negative 5 over 3x, kukunin natin muna yung domain. So kukunin lang natin yung mga expressions na may variable sa denominator. So in this case, the expressions with denominators having a variable is 7 over x and negative 5 over 3x. So hindi na natin kukunin yung 2 over 9 kasi wala namang variable involved doon sa denominator niya. So i-equate na natin siya with 0. So we will get the denominators and equate it with 0. So we have x is equal to 0 for 7 over x and 3x is equal to 0 for negative 5 over 3x. So ang labas is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0. So both of them are equal to 0. Since both of them are equal to 0, so we will get the domain now. So all the domain is x such that x is not equal to 0. So bakit not equal? Kasi kapag 0 ang lumabas, then the equation will be undefined. So all real numbers except for 0 are the possible solutions for that rational equation. So step 2, finding the LCD and the elimination of the rational expressions. So when we talk about LCD, it's the least common denominator. It is the least common factor or least common multiple rather of the denominators. So we have the denominators x, 9, and 3x. So we will get the prime factors of x, 9, and 3x. So kukunin natin yung prime factors. So for x, we have x. Hindi na natin isusulat yung times 1. For 9, we have 3 times 3. And for 3x will be x and 3 or 3 times x. So i-bring down natin lahat since we're getting the LCD. Pag GCF po, your greatest common factor, yun yung pag i-bring down lang yung common sa kanilang tatlo. But for LCD, i-bring down natin lahat ng factors. Yung mga common factors, it will be included as 1. So the LCD will be x times 3 or equal to 9x. So ang ating LCD is 9x. So we will multiply now the LCD to the both sides of the equation. So i-multiply na natin. So we have 9x times 7 over x plus 2 over 9 is equal to 9x times negative 5 over 3x. So sa una, i-distribute natin ang 9x sa 7 over x at saka sa 2 over 9. So pag i-distribute natin ng 9x sa 7 over x, so baka cancel ang x, so ang natira is 9 times 7. Sa 9x naman at saka sa 2 over 9, baka cancel ang 9. So matitira is 2 times x. Sa right side of the equation naman, so 9x divided by 3x, so baka cancel ang x, baka cancel rin yung 9 at saka 3, so ang natira is 3 na lang. So 3 times negative 5. To simplify, so we have 9 times 7, it's 63, plus 2x is equal to negative 15. Then, solve for the value of x and checking of answer using the domain. That is step number 3. So, nakuha natin sa previous step is 63 plus 2x is equal to negative 15. So, we will separate those with variables on the left side of the equation and without variables on the right side of the equation. So we have 2x is equal to negative 15. We will transpose 63 to the other side of the equation. So positive 63 will become negative 63. So minus 63. So simplify natin yung right side of the equation. We have 2x is equal to negative 15 minus 63 is negative 78. Then divide both sides by 2. So we have x is equal to negative 39. We will return to our domain. So, babalikan natin yung domain, which is x such that x is not equal to 0. The solution is part of the domain since negative 39 is part of our domain. Kasi ang domain lang natin is lahat ng numbers except kay 0. Therefore, the value of x is negative 39. Example number 2. Find the value of the variable in the equation x minus 6 over x minus 5 is equal to x minus 1 all over x plus 5. So, same process will be used. So, sa step 1, getting the domain. So, lahat ng expressions, both left and the right side of the equation, ay may variables ang denominator. So, we will get the denominators and equate it with 0. So, magiging x minus 5 is equal to 0 and x plus 5 is equal to 0. Transpose negative 5 for the first factor and positive 5 to the next factor. So, transpose to the both sides of the equation. So, we have x is equal to 5 and x is equal to negative 5. So, both of them will never be part of the domain since kapag isa sa kanila ay ang solution, the answer will be undefined. So, thus, the domain is x such that x is not equal to negative 5 and 5. For step 2, LCD and the elimination of rational expressions. So, no common factors are present in both the denominators. Thus, the LCD is x minus 5 times x plus 5. So, parehong prime factors ang x minus 5 at saka x plus 5. So, both of them are considered now the LCD. So, i-multiply natin both sides of the equation. We have x minus 5 times x plus 5 times x minus 6 all over x minus 5 is equal to x minus 5 times x plus 5 times x minus 1 all over x plus 5. So, ika-cancel natin sa left side of the equation, ika-cancel natin ang x minus 5. So, ang natira is x plus 5 times x plus 6. Sa right side of the equation naman, tatanggalin natin ang x plus 5, ka-cancel out. So, ang matitira is x minus 5 times x minus 1. Step number 3, to solve for x and check the domain. The solution is part of the domain. So, we have x plus 5 times x minus 6 is equal to x minus 5 times x minus 1. So, we have x squared plus 5x minus 6x minus 30 using the FOIL method, and x squared minus 5x minus x plus 5, that's 4 FOIL method sa right side of the equation. So, simplifying or combining like terms, we have x squared minus x minus 30 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 5. So sabi ko nga kanina, lahat na may variables dapat nasa left side of the equation. Lahat naman ng walang variables is nasa right side of the equation. So magiging x squared minus x squared minus x plus 6x is equal to 5 plus 30. So kakancel out na natin yung x squared kasi x squared minus x squared is 0. So magiging negative x plus 6x is equal to 5x. Then 5 plus 30 is equal to 35. So divide na natin both sides by 5. So x is equal to 7. Since 7 is part of the domain, kasi yung domain ng natin kanina is all x such that x is not equal to negative 5 and 5. Therefore, the value of x is equal to 7. Example number 3. Find the value of the variable in the equation 1 over x minus 2 plus 1 over x plus 2 is equal to 4 all over x squared minus 4. So solution for the domain, all expressions have variables in the expression. However, if we factor x squared minus 4, the result will be x minus 2 and x plus 2. Thus, we will equate only x minus 2 and x plus 2 by 0. So, ang factors kasi ng x squared minus 4 is x minus 2 and x plus 2. So, para hindi na po hassle sa part natin, so we will equate only x minus 2 and x plus 2. We have x plus 2 is equal to 0 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. Or, the value of x is equal to negative 2 and x is equal to 2. Therefore, the domain of the function, or the domain of the equation rather, is x such that x is equal, not equal, to negative 2 and 2. Step 2, LCD and elimination of rational expressions. So, as what I've said a while ago, to find the LCD, identify the prime factors of all the denominators. So, yung denominator po yung focus natin. So, we have x minus 2, we have x minus 2. X plus 2, we have x plus 2. And x squared minus 4, we have x minus 2 times x plus 2. Na-factor na natin kanina yung x squared minus 4. So, ang LCD lang is x minus 2 times x plus 2. To continue with our step 2, we will multiply both sides of the equation with the LCD. So, we have x minus 2 times x plus 2 times 1 over x minus 2 plus 1 over x plus 2 is equal to 4 over x squared minus 4 times x minus 2 times x plus 2. So, we will distribute the LCD sa left side. So, for the first rational expression, so x minus 2 times x plus 2 times 1 over x minus 2. So, cancel natin ang x minus 2. So, we have x plus 2. At sa second natin na rational expression, we have x minus 2 times x plus 2 times 1 over x plus 2. So, ang makakancel naman is ang x plus 2. So, natira is x minus 2. Sa right side of the equation, alam naman natin ng x squared minus 4 is equal to x minus 2 times x plus 2. So, ika-cancel natin lahat. Ang matitira is 4. So, the simplified form now is x plus 2 plus x minus 2 is equal to 4. Step number 3, solve for the x and the checking of the domain if that solution is part of the domain. So, continuing with our solution, we have x plus 2 plus x minus 2 is equal to 4. So, x plus x is 2x and 2 minus 2 is 0. So, matitira is 2x is equal to 4. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to 2. The domain now is x such that x is not equal to negative 2 and 2. However, we got a solution which is x is equal to 2. And 2 is not part of our domain. Therefore, 2 is considered an extraneous solution. So, dyan pumasok ang concept ng extraneous solution. Nakuha natin siya sa solving kanina, which is x is equal to 2, pero hindi siya pumasok doon sa ating domain na x such that x is not equal to negative 2 and 2. So 2 now is considered an extraneous solution. Therefore, the equation has no solution. Thank you for listening, and I hope you've learned something today on this video. Have a great day, and thank you again for listening.